Hey everybody, it's Casual Boops coming at you with another video, and today I'm going to cover the Tier 9 Kunze Panzer, the Tier 9 German reward tank that's a medium tank, and it's one of the new tanks that's been released for Battle Pass Season 4 rewards. And I guess I just wanted to clear this up. It's been confirmed to me that you will be able to earn the Kunze Panzer for free. If you grind and do all the things, get all the tokens, you will not need to spend any money to get a Kunze Panzer, and that is the only reason, that's this year. That's the only reason I'm covering this video. But you can, if you really want to, you can throw down a bunch of money, and it costs grand total to get it right this second will cost you 45,000 gold, which I think is somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 bucks, depending on how you buy it, which in my opinion is a terrible waste of money. Do not do that. The tank is good, but it's not that good. Like, nothing is worth $200 in this game. It's not, I mean, I guess whatever. If you, those of you that has a Type 59G, then it doesn't matter what I say, and you're just gonna get it now. But anyways, onto the tank, the stats. So basically, this thing is a kind of a weird tank, and if you're just looking at Tanks GG, it's a little bit misleading because you see this, and you wonder probably what is this. This is like, this isn't normally how these little graphs work or how they look. This basically says what the extents of your gun depression and elevation are. And it looks like you get 15 degrees of gun depression, which is insane, right? But here's how this works. It's got this, like, I don't know, the same button as Siege Mode, if you're familiar with that from the STRV, the Swedish Tank Destroyers, where you press the button, you're stationary for 2 seconds, and then you get to switch modes. And when you switch modes, there's a lot of stuff that happens. So in your standard running around going fast mode, you are a pretty solid medium tank, right? You got 65 top speed. It's pretty peppy. I noticed, you know, you can see the stats yourself, but it seems fast. 268 standard pen and you know 2600 DPM is good. 390 alpha is good. This is all fine. Turret traverse, like, these are all fine. But you'll notice the 0.4 dispersion. This mode is basically for playing sort of like close in, flanking things. You're like the support medium tank, right? Where you're gonna flank something and you gotta kill it before it kills you, right? And it's actually misleading. When you're in this mode, you have 10 degrees of gun depression, not 15. So this is, Tanks GG is confused, but you have 10, which is still very, very good. 400 meters base view range is excellent, and a crew layout that matches the Leopard PTA and Leopard 1. I don't have anything bad to say, except I will say that it's made of paper. It is absolutely made of paper, and you'll see that in the video. But then when you click the button to change modes, you get substantially worse top speed. You know, like, your speed goes down, right, in all aspects. Forward speed, reverse speed, all of it goes down. Your DPM takes a huge hit. Your reload goes way up. A lot of your soft stats get worse, but then your final accuracy gets way better. So really what this said, and then you also get your 55 degrees additional gun depression. So you go from 10 degrees to 15 degrees of insane gun depression, and I'll show you in the armor model how that works. It's like a hydropneumatic suspension. It's like the STB1, except you have to click the button to make it happen. It doesn't happen automatically. So this is going to play more like a Leopard PTA, or something that's more like snipe tank destroyer-y kind of paper medium tank that needs to be in the back and hit those shots, because you have the accuracy to hit the shots a lot easier. But at the same time, if you're moving around, you're going to have a bad time, and you don't have enough DPM to just mow things down. So this is more for, like, snipe things. And so this is part of the reason that I've titled the video the way that I have, is that each specific mode is good, but there are other things that do what these things do better. Like, this is kind of like a 430, an Object 430 sort of, except without the armor. And this is like, I don't know, like a Leopard PTA, but probably not as good at I mean, it's like neither one of these different modes is quite as good as a specialty, as the one tank, you know, that does that as a specialty. But what makes this tank so powerful is that it has the ability to switch back and forth at your leisure, given the opportunities that you have. So you have the flexibility to be this tank, or also to be this tank, depending on what the situation calls for. And then also 15 degrees of gun depression is insane. So for these reasons, I think the tank is very, very good. It's really good. And yeah, I guess I'll just get into the armor model is bad. There's no bouncing here at all. And in fact, it's pretty susceptible to HE because it's only 30 millimeters thick. So you're gonna get penned by Arty. You're gonna get penned by everything. And here's how the whole hydrodynamic suspension thing works. When you click the button, the tank rocks on the chassis. Look at that. Isn't that cool? World of Tanks modelers had a blast with this one, I'm assuming, because it's just, you know, somebody's going to make a video of this thing headbanging. I can see it. But that's it. There's no armor, and you get 15 degrees of gun depression in this tiny little turret. So it's pretty remarkable. I think the only thing in the game that has 15 degrees of gun depression other than this is like the Dicker Max and the Sturr Emil, and now this. So if you haven't played those tanks, you're not missing anything. But the one thing that is remarkable is the fact that you can work hills that you couldn't imagine working in anything else. So yeah, that's it for the stats. We'll jump right into the gameplay, and I'll show you kind of the game's not like the best game ever, but it is. It shows the two different modes and the goods and the bads and all that stuff. So we'll jump right into it now. Alright, so we're going to start out following me in my Kunze Panzer. This is the very first game I ever played in the thing, and you can see I'm just trying to get a feel for what the tank is and how it feels and how it plays. And I'm in the fast mode right now. And you can see it's pretty peppy, right? Look at the 10 degrees of gun depression and does the things, and we're going fairly quick on Pearl River, which in my opinion is a terrible map. But here we are. We're just, I don't know. We're gonna do what we can, and it's not the fastest thing in the game, obviously, but it's you know, fairly on par with your standard paper medium tanks and so on. So we get up here. And we're going to play the middle of the town here because that's the only thing that paper mediums can do, really, aside from waste your time on the 1, 2, 3 line. And driving is difficult, but I want to make sure that we don't get followed up the middle. And here I'm switching into the snipey snipe mode, where I have substantially lower DPM. But oh, a Lynx apparently beat us up. See, a Lynx beat us up here without me noticing. And you'll notice the Lynx just penned me with HE without even trying, 292 damage. And that's just a perfect example of, like, the tank is definitely, you will be penned by everything. And that's excellent. So Schwacht actually got the kill on that one, but I feel like if he wouldn't have shot, I probably would have got it too. So I'm counting it. Anyways, it's so this is basically, now we're going to switch back into the snipey snipe mode because I want the 15 degrees of gun depression to work this spot right here. And this is something that's a little bit more tricky to you. Look at it. So I can tilt the back of the hull up to be able to look through that little gap. And sorry if it's a little weird, I guess. I'm just trying to get a feel for what the tank is and how it plays and stuff. And I think the gun depression is maximized over the front, so you still get, you know, better gun depression over the sides and stuff, or good gun depression over the sides, but you don't get the 15 over the sides, I think. And I'll have to double check on that one. But so we're just waiting. We're just patiently waiting because this is the life of a paper medium tank on this map. And very patient, and we see, oh, okay. So we see that for some reason that Rhino is over there by himself. He's gonna die. There's no reason to be over anywhere by yourself in this game ever. And so now he's surrounded by 3 or 4 tanks, and he's gonna die. And we have a Panther 2 in our base that somehow got all the way back there. So we're going to shift around in the middle here to try to see if we can put some shots in to, you know, suggest that these people go elsewhere. And you can see I'm still in fast mode, so I could hit that shot, but it definitely didn't, it took a while to aim in, and it was, you know, it wasn't, you know, so it's not the most accurate tank when you're not switching into that snipey snipe mode. But I was just trying to, you know, I didn't know exactly what was going to happen, and now here we have heat coming our way, and I need the ability to put some damage down range because I can't let this T-57 survive. And so I'm not switching into the sniper mode, even though I would love the 15 degrees of gun depression, because I need to shoot these guys and they need to die quickly. Because we have a crossfire, but it's all just a bunch of tier 8s and a T-34, which is basically a tier 7. So I can't afford to, like, it's more important, like, it's close enough that I don't need the accuracy, but I do need the DPM. And that's one of the things I really like about this tank, is that you have the option to choose. Do you want accuracy, or if, you know, if you're in situations like this, you don't really need the accuracy, but you really need the DPM, because I need to kill this E1 Hundo as quick as I possibly can. And I think this 257 is going to try to come... Well, for some reason he didn't kind of try to come up here. But I thought for sure maybe the E100 looked like he was coming. Our tier 8s in this game really, really did it. I gotta be honest. They made this possible because this E100, you know, there's like 3 tier 8s can finally take down an E100 because we all worked together. Well, I guess this is a tier 9. But still, we all worked together and that was beautiful. So kudos to those guys for hiding when they needed to hide, not dying, and then putting the rounds in when they needed to put the rounds in when he was coming for me. So, really good stuff. You'd love to see it. And the rounds don't go in if you shoot you shoot the angly parts of a 257 turret. But if you aim and you hit the flat spots, you will go in. Yes, and I realize now that I didn't cover the premium penetration. I believe the heat pen is what is it? Something like 303, 300. Let me look here. Yes, we put a good round into the 257 to finish him off, and now we still have guys that are in our base, and so I'm going to get over here, and these are long shots. As soon as I'm done moving around, like right now, I'm going to switch into the snipey snipe mode because I want the accuracy. I want the accuracy to be able to put the rounds down into the progetto here, and he's going to run away before I get loaded because again, you lose DPM when you switch into the sniper mode. So I'm. Good shot by the Liberté there, and we still have a Panther 2 in the back. So okay. So you can see this is non-sniper mode, and then it's switched right into sniper mode, and you can see the reticle shrink dramatically, right? So those are the things that the sniper mode does. It's the ability to switch back and forth between the two. In my opinion, aside from the fact that you have no armor in the tank, which you know good players are going to love this because you don't need the armor. But having the ability to be the tank that you need to be in the situation that you're in is extremely powerful and extremely comfortable. You have the DPM if you need it. You have the accuracy if you need it. You don't get both at the same time, so I don't think it's broken. But at the same time, it feels pretty strong. This feels pretty strong. And you know, I don't want to overhype it because I don't think that it's worth $200. So you definitely shouldn't be buying it like now. But it is a very good tank, yes. So, and we're in sniper mode here. We're in the sniper action, trying to find a shot on the Barask, and we can't quite get it. But let's wait and see. Here we go. He was gonna go up and do something foolish, but gosh, map designers on Pearl River. There's just so much stuff in the way. And okay. Don't want to risk taking a shot here from the 704, but the accuracy, or I'm sorry, the camo values of the Kunze are pretty good too. Like it's 17% base. So if you have a fully trained camo crew, I believe you can get somewhere in the realm of like 30, 34, something like that, which is good. It's not like, you know, it's maybe slightly above average. We'll put it that way. For tanks like the Leo 1 and the Leopard PTA and stuff, which they have good camo. So now our guys are going to get on the base and provide some cap pressure, which I think is probably a solid idea. And my thought here was to run screen, right? So that the idea here is that they have to run past, they have to get through me if they want to get to the cap. And so I'm just going to be here being the distraction. And if I was a better player, I would have tracked that STRV again, because that's all you need to do to take down an STRV is don't get stay away from the front end, and then just don't hit the angly front bits. But you can see I am having some trouble putting the gun down as low as it needs to be when it's in when I'm shooting behind me. So that's something to be aware of. The gun depression angles are very good, but they're a little on the awkward side. So. Yep, and our team capped out. Unfortunately, I don't know if we would have won that if the team hadn't capped out. So kudos to those guys. All right, so in closing there, just to finish things off, the Kunze Panzer does get 300 millimeters of heat pen in its premium penetration, which is good and serviceable, but not, you know, a lot of tanks at tier 9 and tier 10 and so on are getting things like 330, 340. So 300 is definitely usable and serviceable, especially considering the mobility that the tank has, but it's not as good as it can possibly be. Just want to put that out there. And then yes, after double checking, you get 15 degrees over the direct front, but you only get a maximum of 10 over the side. So, you know, because the suspension can only tip forward or backward, so it doesn't tip side to side, so you don't get that extra bonus over the sides. So yes, it's 15 over the front and then 10 over the sides. Yeah, so at the end of the game here, we ended up with 5,700 damage and 3 kills, which was a high caliber and a first class. Not the best game anyone's ever played, but I figured it showed what the tank can do and the good things and the bad things about it. And that got us 1,195 base XP, and let's see, that ended up by, I guess we pulled a profit just barely, 55,000 credits, after, I guess we did have some battle payments, so probably without anything, we would have probably made about 20,000 credits. We did shoot some premium rounds, and we didn't pen them all, so, overall, the tank isn't like a credit sink. The standard penetration and accuracy is fine enough that you won't need to spam premium in the thing. So yeah, that's the tank, and hopefully that helps you guys decide whether you want to grind for Battle Pass Season 4 or not. To be honest, I think if you don't have any tanks, and you'll be able to get 18 tokens through the year, I think if it were me, I would rather have, the 3 older tanks go for 9 tokens each. And I think the AE Phase 1 and the Char Futur 4 together, that's 18 tokens. I would rather have both of those tanks than just the Kunze Panzer, right? There's a quantity thing here. The Kunze is more expensive because it's new, and I think it's good, but it's not better than both of those, right? So anyways, choose wisely, and you will be able to grind this for free once again. So anyways, that's the game, and thanks for coming along, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.